Today, I'm diving deep into the legend of Achilles to see if I can expose the truth behind this legendary warrior. Achilles is one of the most celebrated warriors in history, and for good reason. His story has been told and retold in mythology and literature for centuries, captivating the imaginations of people around the world. When we think of Achilles, we tend to think of an invincible hero, a demigod who strides onto the battlefield and defeats his enemies with ease, but that's not the whole story. In fact, the myth of Achilles is full of contradictions, and one of the most famous aspects of his legend is also one of the most vulnerable: his heel. That's right, Achilles' heel, the one spot where he's not invincible, where he's just as human as the rest of us. It's a strange contrast, isn't it? This warrior who can take down entire armies with his bare hands, but can be brought down by a single blow to the ankle. But that's what makes Achilles so fascinating. He's not just a one-dimensional hero, he's a complex and multifaceted character with strengths and weaknesses, flaws and virtues. Achilles was more than just a warrior. He was a prince, a leader, a friend, and a lover. He was driven by a fierce passion and a strong sense of justice, and he was willing to risk everything to protect the people he cared about. In the Trojan War, Achilles was the greatest hero of the Greeks, and his rage and grief over the death of his friend Patroclus was so intense that it shook the very foundations of the city. One of the most famous stories about Achilles is his confrontation with Hector, the greatest warrior of Troy. It's a story that showcases Achilles' incredible bravery and strength, but also his compassion and humanity. Achilles' rage and grief over Patroclus' death are some of the most powerful and moving moments in the Iliad, and they reveal a side of Achilles that's often overlooked, a side that's vulnerable, emotional, and deeply human. This is the moment when Achilles' legendary status is cemented, when he becomes more than just a warrior and becomes a symbol of human greatness, flawed, imperfect, and wonderfully complex. So what can we learn from Achilles' story? I think the key takeaway is that even the greatest heroes are human, and that it's our vulnerabilities and weaknesses that make us who we are. Thanks for watching. I want to hear from you. What's your favorite Achilles moment? Are there any other legendary warriors you'd like to see me cover in future videos? Let me know in the comments.